Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another YouTube video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, my name is Stef. I'm the Psychic Soul Empowerment Coach. And what I do is I work with men and women from all over the world to really support them in really being able to be who they authentically are in life, reach their potential, and manifest their greatest desires. And I support people in doing this via what is known as inner work, healing work, shadow work, inner child healing, whatever you want to call it. And, basically what I do is I help my clients to just unpack layers and layers of limiting beliefs and fears, insecurities, doubts, etc., that keep them from being more of their authentic selves, that keep them from really being able to reach their potential and fulfill their soul's purpose or mission, that keep them from really believing that they are the powerful creators of their reality. And so as my clients, achieve this for themselves, they're able to then go out and create amazing lives. And here on YouTube, my content is typically on the topics of mindset, manifestation, healing, spiritual entrepreneurship, spiritual activism, spirituality in general, conversations with friends, energy readings, and whatever else I feel called to bring forward. Sometimes free teachings and resources that I bring forward by collaborating with other people. So yeah, I have a little bit of everything here on my channel, and if you enjoyed today's video and you're interested in these topics, then I really encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already, and hit the little bell notification button next to the subscribe button and change your settings to all so that you're always notified of when I upload a new video. So typically before I get into the weekly energy reading, I do my announcements or I talk about stuff, I just ramble. So I think I want to ramble a little bit right now first before I get into any announcements, if I have any. But yeah, last week I didn't feel pulled to do a weekly energy reading. For those of you that don't know, I am a member of Awoke, and I'm also a co-founder of Awoke. And if you don't know what Awoke is, I'll put cards up here explaining a little bit about what Awoke is. It's a new social media platform for people who are deeply interested in spirituality and personal development. And anyway, last week the other original founder of Awoke was away and asked me to cover for them in terms of the community meditation and some other activities there. So I did, and I literally had no energy for anything else. I didn't have the energy for my weekly energy reading that I typically do, and the energy last week, as maybe many of you might have noticed, was really draining. I struggled a lot with just having energy. Literally last Thursday, I was in bed for most of the day and I had 3 calls that day. And I basically just rested in between calls and I did nothing else. So it was tough. I know some of my friends actually had physical symptoms, like they had migraines or they vomited or other things. I mean, the Mercury retrograde energy has been wild to say the least. And this week I think it's a little bit better, but as you can tell, I'm putting this weekly energy reading out late. It's actually, I think, May 23rd, almost 9 p.m. my time. And I'm going to try to get this out tonight though, because I want to. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to do this weekly energy reading, but today I decided to go ahead and channel on that and channel for the weekly energy reading for next week, as well as the June energy reading. And I was just like, Spirit, just give me all the readings already so I can just have it all at once, and then I can just record these videos this week and just get ahead of the game, because I don't like posting late. I don't like posting after the fact. I like being on top of my game. And so anyway, that's just my preference. So I'm here at last. And this week has started off a little bit crazy. My grandma got hospitalized, so I've been stepping in a little bit with that, which is why I'm just now able to get around to this. But whatever, it's life, and it's all about just doing our best and just doing our best to flow with whatever shows up when it shows up, and just do our best with the things in the moment, which coincidentally is something that I touch up on a little bit in this class that's going to be posting later this week here on my channel on shifting to happiness. So, yeah, on Awoke, I have my own private community. It's called Soul Aligned Leaders. And every month I do my best to invite a guest speaker to come and give classes on certain things. So if you want to watch my past classes, I will put them up here in the card section. It'll say free classes, resources, etc. And that's where you can watch the videos from previous speakers. And yeah, this past weekend I had Angela Javitsky, I think is how she said her name. So Angela, if you're watching, I said your name, your last name right. But yeah, I had her come on, and we had a really great conversation, and I really loved what she brought forward, which is, all around embracing what life has to offer and moving yourself through the process. So definitely check out that teaching when it comes up here on YouTube. I will put it up here in the card so that when it's posted, you can see it afterwards if you're watching this after the fact. But yeah, really great class there. And Angela has an upcoming class this Saturday, I think at 10 a.m. my time. I'm not looking at my calendar right now. But yeah, if you want to join her class, she's going to be doing an actual live tapping session, and she does rapid relief technique. It's a slightly different form of tapping. It's to release dense emotions and those kinds of things. So if you want to be a part of that, definitely be sure to have signed up to join Awoke, and definitely be on my email list, because I talked a little bit, about me not posting a weekly energy reading last week in my email list. Actually, it wasn't a little bit. That's why I stopped, because I was like, no, actually, that was a really long email. I wrote a really long email last week. That's all I had energy for. I was like, the email, no video. But I do try to keep in touch, in one way or the other. So yeah, I'm not going to inform everyone on all the social medias. So I think the best way to hear from me is just to follow me on social medias or to be on my email list. All my relevant links will be in the pinned comment of this video. And those are my legit links. If you get messages from other accounts that are not the accounts listed below, they're scammers. So be mindful of that. But yeah, Angela's going to be doing a class this upcoming Saturday, May 28th, I believe is the official date. And it's going to be really awesome. So check it out live if you can, so you can ask your questions and get any direct guidance and support from either her or I that day. And, join Awoke, because there's lots of amazing events and people there. It's just so many cool things to do, periodically. So I just wanted to put that out there. Some events that happened recently, for example, is there's an amazing soul there called Jamie London Wahlberg, and he did a candle making class, I think last Friday or something, and often does like channeled art parties or light language type classes or things like that. So that's something that you can check out. There's Angie, who does her workshop or her webinar on Bach flowers, and if you want to learn more about Bach flowers, you can, learn from her there. And there are Monday community meditations, Tuesday weekly community card pools, and we have calls every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, so 3 p.m. Eastern, which is a community connection call for all of us to just come online and connect and just talk about whatever's going on, and that's a lot of fun. And then if you're an official Awoke coach, so this is a paid offer, it's super affordable, and if you become an official Awoke coach, then you also have access to Thursday calls, because those are the days that we have masterminds, and you can receive support with your business, guidance, encouragement, just whatever comes up during those calls. And there's a daytime option as well as an evening time option in case you have other commitments during the day that keep you from attending the daytime option. So there's just so much going on in Awoke, and it would be really awesome if you, felt like joining, if you feel like that's the space for you. I've been not really feeling other platforms as much. I haven't been on Instagram in a minute. I had someone just causing too many problems on Instagram by trying to impersonate me or some people. I don't know if it's one or multiple people, but yeah, I set my account to private on Instagram, and I don't know, maybe I'll keep it that way indefinitely. Who knows? I just can't be bothered to constantly deal with those issues. So that's basically it, you know? As far as my announcements go, because I'm done with my ramblings, I don't really have a whole lot to say in terms of announcements, except that, oh yeah, I am very certain that I will be launching my Bulletproof Empath course really soon. I have to channel further on that. Again, last week I had no energy, and this week has been started off very interestingly with my grandma getting sick, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm going to do my best to get myself together, get whatever information and things I need to get together to share Bulletproof Empath with those of you who are intended to receive this course at this time. But basically, in a nutshell, Bulletproof Empath is for sensitive souls like you who need to learn how to stay empowered around their sensitivity and how to maintain healthy relationships with other people, and how to not be taken advantage of in any kind of way, and just so many different things, you know. It's just I noticed a lot of times those of us who are light workers, who are doing this work, who hold a lot of light or love, a lot of times we find ourselves in toxic dynamics, toxic situations, and it just further brings us down more and more and more and more. And the way to shift out of that is not by wishing that people would be different or changing them or anything like that, you know, or running away from circumstances. A lot of times it's about you going within and looking at yourself much more deeply and bringing to your awareness tons of things you have to be aware of, limiting beliefs, fears, traumas, insecurities, etc., that you need to finally come face to face with and process and release and shift your perception around, your mindset around, and then start taking different actions, etc., to really move forward more powerfully in life and no longer be vulnerable to these kinds of things anymore. So yeah, learning how to become a bulletproof empath has been such a major process for me, and is still something that I am working through today, becoming even stronger in myself as an empath. And it's just been really interesting. So I've had lots of situations in my life recently come up thanks to Mercury retrograde and whatever other energy has been around, that's been bringing things up in my relationships and in regards to dating, etc. But I've been applying a lot of the things that I've learned through becoming a bulletproof empath and, you know, what is taught in this course. And I've been able to handle so many more situations so much more gracefully and be stronger in who I am and more secure in myself and in how I choose to handle things. And yeah, how do I choose to deal with my relationship dynamics, etc. And it's been just absolutely life-changing. So that is a little bit about Bulletproof Empath. And if this speaks to you, reach out to me on social media or email and let me know so that I can reach out to you when I finally announce this, okay? But yeah, I'm really excited about this because it is absolutely life-changing, and I've had to go through hell and back basically to really learn what it means to be a bulletproof empath and not live life from a place of fear, but actually truly being empowered, and also not living life from a place of, I don't know what the word is right now in English, not spiritually bypassing in any kind of way, or just not being ignorant in certain ways, and just really embracing the fact that there are shady people out there. There are people with no good intentions, or even people that you love who don't treat you right, etc. And and, having to learn how to prepare myself internally to know how to handle these things and with these people so that it doesn't continue to take any kind of toll on me anymore in my life moving forward, right? And drain me of any kind of energy or impact me psychologically, emotionally, mentally, or none of that. So it's been a very powerful experience, and I'm really excited to be able to share this out with anyone who feels called to take this program soon. Okay? So that's my one announcement. My other announcement is we're basically on the doorstep of June. We're basically halfway through the year. And if you haven't yet purchased my 2022 yearly energy reading, this is my breakdown of month by month, what to expect throughout the year so that you know how to use the energy to your advantage to step into your highest potential and be able to reach your goals. So if this is something that speaks to you and you wish to receive this, then you can purchase that at 50% off. All relevant links will be below for that, and you will receive the readings for the first couple of quarters of the year, so up until June, and then come July we're gonna, or maybe towards sometime in June, we're gonna meet so that I can do the video live and give you the reading for, I don't know, either the next 3 months or the remainder of the year. It depends on how it flows. So you will get recordings of the first 6 months, so you'll know what to expect about June. And sometime in June, we will come together to talk about what's going to happen in the next 6 months. So if that's something that speaks to you, go ahead and sign up below. I would be really honored to support you on your journey and to give you that guidance and just have it, make a difference in your life. So it's been really awesome to see how spot on I've been every single month. And I channeled this back in December, back in January. So it's been really cool to see it all play out and how it's all really coming together, and to know that I'm on my path and everything is exactly what it's supposed to be. So yeah. Okay. I think those are my only 2 announcements. So we're just going to finally get into the weekly energy reading. Thank you so much for choosing to hang out with me. If you listen through my whole spiel and my ramblings and my announcements, I really appreciate you. And yeah, my energy is a little bit mellow right now. It's been a long day. I need to go to bed soon. I'm going to do my best to post this soon. Hopefully before I go to bed. We'll see. Magic can happen. So when I tuned in and I asked about the weekly energy reading for this week, May 22nd through May 28th, 2022, I got that this week is all about trust. And so this is going to be trust on many different levels depending on who you are, okay? So this could be trusting your gut, trusting in yourself and in your capacity to achieve, receive, manifest, trusting in the outcomes of things, etc. It's trusting in your intuition, like these kinds of things. Whatever trust might look like to you at this time, it's all about trust, okay? And so all week long, you'll have opportunities that allow you to practice a much higher level of trust, and to varying degrees. And what that means, varying degrees, is like some things might feel like harder to trust than others, So some things you might be like, okay, like I know I have to trust, but I'm not that afraid, so I can trust this. Versus some other things, you're like, crap, I know I have to trust around this, but I'm really scared. And like, I don't know if I can do it, and it might feel like a more intense experience of trust for you, if that makes sense, okay? So you must trust in what you feel called to do in each and every one of these circumstances. And I also heard like the ultimate test, and I don't want anyone to feel pressured by this in any kind of way, okay? So take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But that is what it might feel like to some people, especially when it comes to trusting things that feel much more challenging for you. It might feel like the ultimate test. And it's by taking yourself through this process of trusting that you're going to demonstrate to yourself a certain level of mastery, a certain level of like self-trust, growth, discernment, and I also got well-being. And I am not exactly sure like what they meant. I feel like it means like you're gonna see that you're so cool, calm, and really connected to who you really are, that like taking yourself through this experience of having to trust and maybe like flowing with it is gonna show you like, wow, in the past these situations would have tripped me up, but I'm so connected to who I am and my truth that I feel good inside, and I feel good about this, even though maybe it's still up in the air or uncertain. And you can really like see and recognize your well-being through that. Hope that made sense. So yeah, trust that you will be where you need to be when you need to be there. Trust that you will know what to do when you need to do it. Trust that you'll be able to achieve, receive, complete whatever things you need to do, etc. Trust that you will receive the highest possible outcomes. Trust, basically. Okay? So that's the message that I got for this week. I know it's very vague, but I guess everyone's working through trust in many different ways. And now I'm going to pull some cards to see if there are any additional messages for you in regards to the weekly energy reading. What do people need to know today for their highest good in regards to the weekly energy reading for this week? Okay. So, it's so funny. I'm just now seeing this card. It took a minute to shuffle this deck, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna shuffle 2 more times. If nothing comes out, whatever. And then like second to last shuffle, this came out, and then on the last shuffle, nothing else came out. So I got this. This is the Holy Spirit. Oh, by the way, this is a cut on my hand. If you follow me on Instagram, you know why I have this cut. This is the Holy Spirit. And it says, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. And then this one also popped out from my other deck. This is Leap of Faith. And I'm going to read the booklets to you. But this is so funny. It's so spot on. And this is another one that I got, like, it came out at the very, very end. Love and accept yourself. So some people might need this message today. So let's start with the Holy Spirit card. I'm going to read this to you because I think I'm a little bit too tired to do channeling of any kind on these cards. But the Holy Spirit, I'll read the whole thing to you, okay? According to the spiritual text, A Course in Miracles, the Holy Spirit meditates between illusion and truth. It's the essence that allows us to move beyond the illusion of fear or the illusions that our fear has created. It's the holiest light of truth and love that we can ever experience, an aspect of our truest self, the self that's never separate from God. When it appears in a reading, prepare for the miraculous. This is the message. Expect the unexpected. Expect miracles. A real turnaround is possible now. Angels are dancing around you. Leave behind thoughts, memories, and feelings that are no longer serving you, and remember the love that you are. Move into your heart and allow that love to shine out into the world. Then miracles can happen. So that's that card. We're going to read Leap of Faith now. And the message is, okay? I'm going to read both because I think some of y'all need both. So some of you guys need one message, some of you need the other, maybe some of you need both, who knows. But the angels are encouraging you to make the change that you've been pondering for a while. This change is absolutely guided, and even though you're not entirely sure what's going to happen next, if you take the leap of faith and trust in your heart, you'll be guided safely to the next step along your path. Your angels want you to visualize that you have wings on your back so that you can fly high like them. Now is the time. And then the other message is a leap of faith isn't about hoping something's going to turn out positive. It's knowing that it is. It's about trusting God and your angels to carry you safely to the ground. There are so many changes going on in your life right now, and you have the opportunity to move on to the next phase. This is an exciting time. So bring your angelic friends on the journey with you. They are desperate to be invited. And the last card, love and accept yourself. All right, let me read this to you. I feel like reading the second one. Your self-esteem and confidence have taken blows of shock and trauma over the years and are no longer serving you. The angels want nothing more than for you to be at peace with your life, and they are here to help restore your faith and confidence in yourself. You have the magnificent ability to live a life you love. Take time today to realize that you are loved unconditionally by heaven, and then take some steps towards loving yourself just the same. This is the key to opening up your good heart. Okay, so here's what I want to say to expand upon these messages is whatever things this week might make you uneasy or even anxious, or things that you feel like you've been putting off because you're afraid in some kind of way, because you don't know like what the right thing to do is, or if this is the right next step, or whatever the thing might be that's making you uneasy, anxious, kind of avoidant of these things. You have to really trust in yourself, and you have to take this time to connect with yourself. You have to connect with the divinity within your soul, your higher self, your inner guidance, wisdom, your spirit, and tune into that and see what feels right for you in regards to that, what the answer is for you in regards to whatever the situation or the decision is or whatever it may be. And like tune into that and trust in that and allow that to carry you forward. So whatever you're afraid of, how you can release this fear is by tuning into the guidance within and trusting in that. Knowing that by following your heart, by following in your inner wisdom, like you're never led astray. You're always taken exactly where you need to be. And even when you make decisions from an imbalanced place, from your ego, you eventually come back on your path anyway, because Spirit has your back. So if you had nothing like to fear in regards to certain things this week that are bringing up this uneasiness for you, what would feel aligned for you? What would you choose and do that? You know, you might take a leap of faith in that case. But then also, if there are certain new things that you're stepping into this week that seem promising and exciting, but then it's bringing up this nervousness, this anxiety, this uneasy feeling, tune into that inner guidance. That inner guidance might be telling you, no, this is actually not aligned for you, but your mind thinks it is, which is why you've been stepping towards it, but your soul knows it isn't, and that's why you've been feeling uneasy. So you have to tune within and see what that's about and trust in that. And that might mean walking away from something that seems potentially good, potentially the next step. but it's not. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. That's for whoever needs it. The best example I can give you of that, recently, I'm not sure if I spoke about this in my last weekly energy reading a couple weeks ago, but I went on a date with someone who, I hadn't gotten an official, like, in-person date in over 2 years, and this person seemed to say all the right things, and, took me out for a nice lunch and movie, and, like, we had good time, fun, whatever. They were respectful. But even though it looked good on the outside, it was not good. My inner knowing, my guidance, my psychic juju was like, no. And I decided to walk away from that person and not even bother entertaining any more dates or any more conversations and interactions. Do you know what I mean? Because I knew. So this is the situation for some of you this week. Like, you have to really trust in yourself. Trust that you know what the right thing to do is, even if it doesn't make sense. Trust that it's okay to walk away from things that seem good, but they're actually not. But your inner guidance is telling you, like, yeah, like, no, this is not for you. And trust in that. Or trust that, moving forward to certain things or moving towards certain things that scare you is the next step for you, because your inner guidance is telling you, like, yeah, your mind is freaking out, but your inner guidance is like, go for it. You got to trust in that. Like, it just depends on what's coming up for you, what you're going through at this time. It's going to look different for everyone. There is no black and white, right or wrong answer here. I can't tell you step by step, like, what to do. Like, this is what it means to trust in yourself. Nobody can really teach you this. Not even me, not the best coaches in the world. You learn this through life experience. You learn this through trial and error. You learn this through, just like time and time again, putting it into practice and seeing and evaluating and recognizing, like, oh yeah, that time I did trust, that time I didn't trust, and that's how it worked out. And this, like, this is how you learn how to gauge, how to move throughout life, and how to really hear your true intuition, your true inner guidance. So I'm just here to guide you. But I've had to live through certain experiences to know for myself now, like, how to really trust in myself. It's taken a lot of crap for me. I'm not going to say that's for you necessarily. Like, that's just been my experience. But whatever, like, I'm so much better for it, and I'm grateful because I walked away from a very dangerous person, apparently, this person that I went on a date with, because I consulted this with my fellow psychic friend, and my psychic friend picked up stuff from this person that I wasn't picking up, and they were like, major red flag, dangerous, thank God you walked away from that person. They were not good. And I was like, oh, thank God. So, like, I didn't pick up those things because I wasn't meant to. Like, a lot of the times I think it's funny how people think, like, psychics are supposed to know everything. And I understand, like, I used to think that too. It's like, you're psychic, don't you pick up these things? But that was probably a lesson and experience in me learning how to trust myself. Like, sometimes we aren't shown everything so that we can put ourselves, like, put our knowledge or our wisdom or intuition or whatever to the test to see. And this kind of is what we talked about in the reading. It's like the ultimate test, Like, I literally went on a date with a wolf or a shark or whatever. Even though I had felt uneasy before it, but I needed to really kind of experience it and, like, lean into it and feel and, like, just put into practice certain things to really be like, yeah, no, this is not in alignment. This is not good. I don't like it. Even though it looks pretty on the outside, but no, And I'm grateful for that because it helped me so much to, like, boost my sense of self-confidence and trust in knowing, like, I know how to handle things. Like, I know I'm grown. I have much more experience now. I can handle myself, no matter the situation. And even this week, like, I have to, because of Mercury retrograde and certain disagreements with certain people last week, I have to deal with how I'm gonna how I'm going to deal with certain relationships that I have in my life, and whether certain people will continue to remain in my life or not, or whether I'll talk things out with them or not, or whatever. And I am being asked, I feel, to really trust in myself and what I feel is right for me, in regards to these situations, and what I feel called to do, how to handle these things, etc. So trusting in myself that I can deal with these people, and I can communicate what I need to communicate, and I can take the measures I need to restore balance and love and harmony and respect in my life and in my dynamics with these people, etc. So it's just really interesting. And this card, I feel, is reminding some of you that you really need to not beat up on yourself for past mistakes, for past things that have taken away from your self-trust and your self-confidence. Shift your mindset around that. Let go of that guilt, let go of that shame, let go of that negative mental chatter, let go of that self-judgment, let go of these things. And instead of beating up on yourself about how you should have trusted your intuition more in the past, how you should have done something more, successfully or whatever the thing is connected to trust and confidence, like trust in yourself, belief in yourself, confidence in yourself to know what to do, when to do it, confidence in yourself and trust in yourself to be able to achieve things, to manifest things, etc. Whatever has taken a toll on these things inside of you, you need to heal that and release that and process that and let it go, so that you can open up to receiving, so that you can open up to these miracles that the Holy Spirit card was talking about. Because otherwise that's going to impact your ability to shift into greater timelines. So that's what needs to be healed here. Okay, do whatever practices you need to do. If you are an official Woke coach, you know that we're doing the 2-week self-love reset, which is a self-love challenge, basically. And I'll be honest, I have not been able to participate actively because my energy was just non-existent last week. It was rough. So I'm going to do my best to start back on that challenge or that reset and get on it. But yeah, the intention of that reset is to help people work through some stuff. And if you're an official Woke coach, I hope that you're participating in that. I mean, it's for your own good. Do it if you feel called to or not. It's up to you, but it's there to give you an extra boost and to help you. And this card here from this reading is a reminder, forgive yourself, let that stuff go, so that you can really open yourself up to amazing things later this week down the road, because you have released the things that have stifled your ability to trust in yourself again. And you can now, because of resolving that, step into that trust again much more easily and allow the miracles to occur. So that's basically my message for today. I wasn't thinking of channeling, but that's what I needed to say. I really hope that this has helped you. If you have enjoyed today's video, today's reading, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up here on YouTube, dropping a comment in the comments below, letting me know how this resonated with you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your support. Feel free to share this message out with anyone that you feel would benefit from it. And also, something I wanted to kind of share and ramble about earlier that I forgot was this past weekend, we had my support group call. So if you don't know, I have a support group. It's free. And we have once a month meetings to just come together and talk about whatever's kind of weighing on our hearts, and just share vulnerably and raw and just process our things, So we had a really beautiful call this week. And it was just amazing. It's every third Saturday. And yeah, if you feel called to join and be a part of it, I would love to have you there. I am not the best at sending you reminders a week or 2 weeks in advance, you will get a reminder the day before because I've already set those up. But it's every third Saturday of the month. Put that in your calendar on repeat because you might not get another notification from me. If you're on my official email list, I might remind you, during my weekly email, but that's it. So yeah, sign up for that though if it speaks to you, and maybe you can join us for our next call, I think on June 18th, whenever the third Saturday is. And also, if you are part of my group on Soul Aligned Leaders, we're gonna have our monthly accountability call soon. I believe this upcoming Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Oh, I think we're gonna have our monthly call on Saturday at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. I can't even remember. Hold on, let me check it right now before I forget. So yeah, this Saturday we're going to have it at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to participate and check in and share what progress you've made with your goals and intentions for the year, go ahead and do so. If you have been avoiding this call because you feel like you haven't made progress, you better get your ass on this call. I am talking to some of you. It doesn't freaking matter. Get on the call and get over your shit. Okay? That's the whole point of it. Accountability. We got to light a fire under your ass. And then at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time this Saturday, May 28th, we're going to have Angela's class. So with the tapping and stuff that I mentioned earlier during my announcements and ramblings. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Anyway, that's basically it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.